Man, Rahubat, people. Rahubat. Rahubats. It's Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday I dumped a lot of heat out there, you know, for people who know about the particular people that I dropped this heat on. We're going to drop some more heat. This video is called Setting the Record Straight on the 9-ball and the BIAE. Okay? We got some vagrants out there who think they know where the 9-ball and the BIAE came from, right? And I've been asking this question for years because if they had the original copies of the 9-ball and the BIAE, then they should know where the books came from. When the books were put out, under the auspices of the Nuwapian Nation. When the books were put out, Afroo Oonoo was not heard of. No one had an introduction to the Nature of Nature book at all. In fact, this is the facts, truth. When the BIAE and the 9-ball was put out for download to be downloaded, no one had an introduction to the Nature of Nature book, and the Nature of Nature books didn't hit until 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? 15. 10, 11 years later, that's when people started getting their hands on the introduction to the Nature of Nature. I say this for a fact, unless you can prove it, nobody that I've talked to or that I'm talking to as a Nooniboo or who is talking to me as a Nuwapian right now had the books before Grand Kush. That's a fact. Tanoon, Nupu, never had the books. He never had the books. He got the books from his girlfriend. His girlfriend had the books. And what I mean by that, her name is Cassandra Osborne. Nuwapian name was Tefnut Urayet Ray. She changed it to Tefnut Urayet El Bay because she tried to get down with the Moorish science. So what I'm saying is, when James West met this female, he didn't have the 9-ball. He didn't have the BIAE at all. His girlfriend had the 9-ball and the BIAE. And he said specifically to me that she put him on. So he don't know the origins of the 9-ball or the BIAE. So what he's talking about now, he is making that shit up. Because he said, Doc wrote. No matter what Doc is saying, I'm not talking about what Doc is saying. I'm talking about what these niggas is saying after the fact. They left Nuwapu way after Dr. York was locked up. These new niggas Tanoon got, I don't know who they are. They probably don't even have no knowledge. They just going on with his agenda. You understand what I'm saying? Tanoon stopped being a Nuwapian in 2014, 2015. 13 years after Doc was locked up. Okay, so let's set the record straight. All right, I've asked these cats, you know, and before I go into it, Brother Earl Dackins, you know, you should have waited, bro. When I gave you that sauce about Tanoon, all that sauce I gave you, and Tanoon knows where the sauce came from. He know I gave it to you. He had to have known because I'm the only nigga that knows him like I know him, right? Everybody else Tanoon is messing with today came after Grand Kush. Came after I cut Tanoon off. I cut Tanoon off 2 to 3 times because he's a weirdo. Earl Dackins. Brother Earl Dackins, much respect. But you should have waited for me. When y'all had that debate, see, they don't want to open the debates no more because they running from Grand Kush. So they're going to keep hollering at you in the little statement section of their channels. You should have waited for me, bro, because we would have smashed them. That's why I'm showing you right now they don't want to deal with Grand Kush, because Grand Kush knows the business. Let's get back to the 9-ball and the BIAE. That was distributed under the auspices of the Nuwapian nation. Facts. Afroo Oonoo was not heard of. Afroo Oonoo was not even considered. Nobody knew who Afroo Oonoo was. People who put Afroo Oonoo out there had nothing to do with Tanoon's camp. Holla at my man Reason Nupu. Me and Reason Nupu put me on to the introductions of the nature of nature and Yahoo message boards under the Nuwapian groups in 2004 as well. So I got the 9-ball and the BIAE and pieces of the introductions to the nature of nature before it was book form in 2004. I didn't even know Tanoon at all. At all. Lord Abba, none of the Noonie Boos, I knew none of them when I had these books. So where did the books come from? I keep asking this question and nobody seems to know the answer. But people keep trying to talk about the 9-ball and BIAE. Y'all niggas talking about the 9-ball and BIAE. Y'all couldn't even get with that information then. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. Tanoon never knew about the 9-ball. I had to explain the 9-ball to him. He didn't know about the Nupu authors. He didn't know where to place this information at because it was different from what Doc was teaching. And what I mean by different, it was different because Doc said brothers and sisters wasn't ready for Nuwapu, so he brought what they wanted to learn and put Nuwapu within, which was Islam. You can't run from that statement, man. You can't say Doc was supposed to put out Nuwapu in the revolutionary cycle. You know what I'm saying? And brothers and sisters were still under the spell of religion. Are you an ignorant person, man? You know, ask these people specific questions. So let's get back to the 9-ball and the BIAE, baby. You know what I'm saying? Where did it come from? Did Afroo Oonoo distribute the books? Did Geepoo, Reepoo, and Sipoo distribute the books? Did they? Nope. I'm going to tell you. Let it be known. Listen to reason. I'm going to tell you. And when I tell you, don't say it came from nowhere else unless you can prove factually. You can prove it factually. So as far as I'm concerned, this information right here is the straight record. You know what I'm saying? You can't change it after this. Do you want to know why? Because when I got my books, Tanoon Nupu did not even know about the 9-ball or the BIAE at all. I would probably go as far as to say he probably wasn't even dealing with Nuwapu yet. It depends on when he got into a relationship with Tefnut Urayat Bey. Okay. The Noon Project. Ask around. Okay. So this is a fact. The 9-ball and the BIAE were placed on a website hosted by Nuwapians. Okay. So the name of the website, not the books, the name of the website that had the books on them to be downloaded, all the books from the BIAE and all the books from the 9-ball Liberation series were on a website called getfrombehindthe9ball.com. You can search that right now. The site is not up. The site was taken down in before 2010. It was taken down before 2008. On the site itself, for those who knew, and was looking for the books, right? Because Doc talked about the books. Doc talked about the books. He was the only one that talked about the 9-ball and the BIAE. In fact, he had some of the information in his books. All right. Where is Afroo Oonoo at this time? Afroo Oonoo was probably a mailman still. No disrespect, but we know Afroo Oonoo didn't put those books out. We know Afroo Oonoo didn't take the 9-ball and the BIAE to the A&E bookstore or wherever Mrs. Brown took the introductions to the nature of nature to be sold. The 9-ball and the BIAE were not books to be purchased. You could not purchase the 9-ball and the BIAE. It was put out by those who care, who are on the covers of the book. Okay, so it's Dr. York Amanubi Ray Apta. At this point, who the fuck cares? At this point, who the fuck cares? You want to know why? Because Dr. York put the books out. Now, he may have said he didn't write the books. He revised the books. Okay? So my question is, when Dr. York got his hands on them books, and if Dr. York is not Amanubi Raka Fatah, then where the fuck is Amanubi Raka Fatah? How come this man never said anything about Dr. York? How come he never came out of hiding or wherever he is? He is a mystery. And Nupu don't deal with mysteries, right? Where is he? How come he never said anything to Doc? Does anybody that's critiquing Doc right now have anything on that subject? Why didn't Amanubi Raka Fatah say anything to Dr. York for stealing his information? Does anybody on their path of the Nupu have any of that information? Okay, so Dr. York was in newspapers. A lot of people knew about Dr. York's move from New York to Georgia. When Dr. York got to Georgia, he was in Georgia newspapers. Okay, Afroo Oonoo was born in Georgia. So I'm sure Afroo Oonoo, being touched by 9-ball supposedly in 1962 and born with Nupu, should have seen this. If Dr. York was a student of Afroo Oonoo, never reaching, if he was a student of Afroo Oonoo, that means Afroo Oonoo could have possibly found him, right? That means Afroo Oonoo could have possibly put out word that it was a thief amongst the ranks and not to listen to him if he cared about us and he cared about us getting that real information. Now, I may be confused in what books he says is supposed to be placed in, book 2 or book 3. He said the BIAE would be added, right? Why would he place that in this book? The BIAE will be added if he's the author. That shouldn't have been in there. What should have been in there is the BIAE. Stop playing, man. Stop playing, man. Take my video. Please, because I want to know. Because these niggas don't want to holler at Grand Kush because Grand Kush knows too much. They don't want to see Grand Kush. So take the questions to him. Is it true that 9-ball, Liberation Series, Bible interpretations and explanations came from Get From Behind the 9-ball around 2004? Ask them, do they have any information to debunk that? And do they have any information that says that the 9-ball came from Afroo Oonoo? That something that we can see. Something that we can see. This little clip that they got from Amanubi Ray Atta don't prove Afroo Oonoo was that, man. It don't even prove Afroo Oonoo wrote the books. Afroo Oonoo has nothing as far as his name connected to date. He has nothing written in the 60s. Moonset and Sunrise has the date 1993 on it. So when Doc came with Ansar Pure Sufi in 1967, and nobody knows his activities as an Ansar Pure Sufi, niggas talking about Ansar Allah community, niggas talking about Nubian Islamic Hebrews, HTM, you know what I'm saying? Holy Tabernacle Ministries, Ancient Egyptian Order. That's way after Ansar Pure Sufi. So my question, because you can kind of see it, when he was dealing with Ansar Pure Sufi, probably wasn't a lot of them. It was probably like a group of them. Like Tanun is trying to group up with little flunky ass niggas to try to bring deception. It was probably a group of them. And you know what Dr. York turned out to be? The only one that can keep that same energy. The rest of them they went and did male jobs, or they went back into dunya. There's no history of Afroo Oonoo in its distribution. Respect for Dr. York, he put in his books, and I found all the addresses that he put in the holy tablets. Man, you can look that shit up on Google Maps. Look it up on Google Maps. I also put these little pictures out just so you can get your mind wrapped around visually what this man was doing. Some Nuwapians and some niggas don't take the information to the letter to see if this nigga is lying to you. And that's what I did. Nobody is going to lie to Grand Kush, not even Dr. York, not even God. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, if it's supposed to be some truth out here for us to have, you know what I'm saying? Then it's some truth out here for us to have, to find, and to hold on to. Doc said, don't believe me, check it out. Doc said, don't believe me, research it for yourself. Don't believe nothing that I say, because I'm already straight. I'm already straight, and we know why Doc got locked up. So like I said, all his addresses in this holy tablets, he tells you in the book, the book of Murdoch, the chapter of Murdoch, he tells you. These niggas trying to come up with their own stories, and they wasn't even there. So I want to know, Grand Kush, Tanu Nupu, what was you doing in 2004? 2003, I was in London running a bookstore, AEO bookstore, All Eyes on Egypt, bookstore in London, England. That can be verified easily, right? That's 2003. 2004, I got pieces of the Introductions to the Nature of Nature, right? And 9-ball and BIAE. Where was you at, bro? Greg Kush want to know, man. Stop running from me, man. As much as you used to call me on the phone, you little buster. Nigga, this nigga used to call me on the phone. Man, come on, man. Stop playing. I got the records and the documents. So don't act like I'm making this shit up, bro. Do I sound like I'm making this shit up? I've been kicking this shit since 2016. You've been a buster for 2016, and you've been trying to hide and change your name so people could forget. Delete your websites. You don't even have no websites. Delete your Facebook information. You know what I'm saying? You trying to delete anything that got anything connected to one of them Nupu because of Grand Kush, because I know where to look for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You lucky you deleted that shit, and I don't have it no more. I may have it. You know what I'm saying? I might just need to go look at what I sent to Earl Dackins about your 21-day fast masturbation problem that you was telling to the white man. But anyway, this video is not about that. It's not about that. After I told you where the BIAE and the 9-ball liberation came from, which was a website called Get From Behind the 9-ball, I want y'all to tell me where you got your books from. You know what I'm saying? Not the PDF versions. Nigga, if your 9-ball and BIAE is a PDF version, then you don't have the original. You have a book, 2 books from somebody who cared enough to take his downloaded copy, his real papers, you know what I'm saying? And imagine, hey, Download the 9-ball and the BIAE. I had to go get me a fresh cartridge of black ink, bro. Man, that shit took like 30 minutes. Downloading all of that shit, but you had to want the books. You understand? You had to want the books. Now, if you got a PDF version, like I said, you don't have the original books. You don't have the original books. You know what I'm saying? I took my book and I went and hole punched my book. I don't have it no more based on my travels. And that's fine. I don't need it. It's on the fucking internet now. Everything that you need, you can find. The help that you need is at the end of your own arm. Nobody worships Dr. York. But niggas, I'm not going to say niggas. Brothers and sisters, Nuwapians, Zamals, and Zamal Tats, you know what I'm saying, have high respect and high regard for Dr. Malachi York. Truth of the matter is, no black man, go get him. Go get Sun Ra. Stop playing, man. Stop playing with that, man. Nusa. Sun Ra put out music. I'm not saying he didn't put out no literature. Maybe he did. But he didn't do what Dr. York did. Nobody has done what Dr. York has done. Go find me Egypt of the West. Aside from what the white man put out in Las Vegas. Y'all Egyptologists talking about Egypt. Nigga, where is your Egypt of the West? You are in America talking about customs, traditions, and cultures from Africa. Not even West Africa, which is the closest part to America. You going all the way across Africa. Y'all niggas paying money to the government, to the Egyptian Arabic government and all that goes look at the pyramids. And when you get there, nobody is saying that you was the original God that built these pyramids. You going there as a tourist with no power because that nigga Hawass got the power. You can't take anything from Egypt unless they are allowed to sell it to you. You can't take anything. A fucking grain of sand, a granite chip of the pier, nothing. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Man, step up. Why is Grand Kush coming with so much fierceness? Man, I've been talking to naysayers of Nuwapu since I was a teenager, yo. Hey, when I was a teenager, I had way more fire than this. This is not even close to the fire I had. I wanted religionists to get their head chopped off. I wanted the Dajjal to get their head chopped off. I was ready for revolution and liberation right then. I was ready to bang on a beat. Come on, man. I done put in my work. Anybody that's asked me, anybody that will ask me, you will know what work I put in. Is this brother an activist? We'll see. Ask me. Ask me. Has his brother been putting in work? Has his brother been a foot soldier? Has he propagated? Has he sold books? Has he stood behind his master teacher? You know what I'm saying? Has he become a teacher? I'm not a student teacher. When it comes down to my master teacher, you know what I'm saying? Dr. York, and then I'm a teacher as well. I mean, that student shit was cut off for me a long time ago when I found out niggas was not studying. I'm not no student. Student in regards to Dr. York. But man, I wouldn't be telling Dr. York if I had an opportunity to talk to him that I'm a student. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a scholar of Nuwapu. You understand? That's what y'all niggas act like, that these books, this information can be looked at and thrown in the garbage, right? Y'all don't understand that Dr. York said Nuwapu is going to affect y'all. You're not going to affect Nuwapu, right? And dealing with Nuwapu, you either going to have a positive brain or a negative brain. Now, these Nuwapians, these ex-Nuwapians who left, and think they now on some positive-minded shit, they not. They not, man. They infected now. Because they allow all that bullshit that they said that they were stepping away from for a better righteous life. They let all that bullshit back in their lives. They let their psychic self-defenses down. These niggas' is continence is down. Remember when Dr. York talked about Cain and his continence? What he let in? You know what I'm saying? So, where did the 9-ball and the BIAE come from? If it didn't come from, get from behind the 9-ball website, that was put out by A Nova Nupu. I don't know his Nuwapian name, but his name is Joel Berkeley, right? Tanu knows who he is. He knows about the Noon Project. I got Noon Project books right now. And I'm going to tell y'all, as far as A Nova is concerned, as far as writing, I'm going to say Dr. York, whatever his writing team was, right? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to say Joel Berkeley. I mean, his skills is up to par. Before I knew Joel Berkeley, I was reading his Noon Project shit. I just thought it was more information from, you know, Dr. York's top students who was putting out books. Because Dr. York said that. He said he was going to let his students get some. That's when you got Haru Hotep. You had the Triad. A couple of sisters wrote some books. Great Balls of Fire and things of that nature. Doc said he was going to let his students get some. Now, Joel's Berkeley to the Nuwapian Nation, I don't know. Just me talking to Joel Berkeley as an artist, right? And he put me up on game when I was telling him about the 9-ball and the BIAE. He let me know. We put that out there under the Noon Project. Get from behind the 9-ball website. Tanoon, that dude that was on that new video you got, some narrator, because I don't know his voice, so it must be some new nigga. Y'all niggas tell me where the 9-ball and BIAE came from. Tell me where you got your books from. And let's see if you had the books before Grand Kush had the books. Grand Kush was telling niggas about the 9-ball on MySpace. Nobody was putting the 9-ball information out there proper and hardcore like Grand Kush is burning these niggas up right now, right? Nobody was putting the information out on MySpace. You can go at Al Carter, all these old nigga Wu Jiao, Rick, you know what I'm saying, who was trying to get Dr. York out. This video, he having an interview about how he was trying to be the, man, come on, man. I done talked to all of these dudes. Dr. Ali, York, you know what I'm saying? I came at Dusa, you know what I'm saying? Because he put up a moniker by the name of Hawkeye, Ba Amun, 999. Back in the day, if you were connected, if anybody's listening to my video right now that know about Hawkeye, Ba Amun, 999, man, stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all don't go back that far. When the information was real sharp, right? Real sharp around 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. This is when the Nuwapians was banging for Dr. York. And the only thing I would say that's happening right now, it's a down period. Like a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? And y'all think the Nuwapians is not sharp. Y'all think Almighty Nature is not working with the Nuwapians. Y'all think Almighty Nature, the way it was disclosed by Nuwapu, is not the real. Y'all niggas trading in your spirits and your souls for religion and TV and media and bullshit now. Y'all think that shit ain't real? Watch. It's happening to y'all right now on everything, man. Listen, Grand Kush, the information that I'm putting out, it's not reasonable for y'all right now. Watch what it do in a couple of years. I'm not never taking these videos down because these videos are markers for spiritual possessed people, right? Nobody can say that Grand Kush changed his ways even after Dr. York got locked up. You can say, yeah, I bigged up Afroo Oonoo. Yeah, I dealt with Noon Science. Yeah, I got in it. I got in the sauce with these niggas. These niggas that's dealing with Noon Science they not even on it. They not even deep. Right? With all that information. You niggas is not even reading the introductions to the natures of nature. Why? That's my original question. Why any brother and sister didn't want to read a Nuwapian book. You so emotionally religified that you won't even put up That's why I used to trip on the 5%ers and the Black Hebrew Israelites. They look at Dr. York's books like if they touched them books, man, them niggas was going to hell immediately. It's just information. Dr. York was also created by the Creator, like we was all created by the Creator, man. How you going to be scared of a man to read his information if you believe in the Most High? That's why I got deep into Nupu. Of course, it's Dr. York. Dr. York is not Allah, Yahweh, God, Jesus Christ, none of that stuff. If he said he was coming to be the Savior, it's because, man, niggas needed to be saved. Stop playing, man. Stop playing about the Messiah. Stop playing, man. Stop playing, man. If you believe that, man, step up. Anybody out there who want me to see me debate Tanun, if you watch this video, right, edit this part. You can take this video, chop this part. Anybody who wants me to see me debate Tanun, or anybody on my videos that I'm talking about, say so, man. It'll be the best debate ever. You know what I'm saying? Why? I'm gonna bring them. Listen, I've been wanting to say some stuff about these weak teachers for a long time, man. Especially when you got Dr. York in your mouth. I'm gonna let you know, man, that, man, it's gonna be a quick zip up. The disrespect, man. Y'all are not even doing half of the work that this brother did when he was in his 20s. Y'all not even doing half of the work. Y'all not even walking around selling books, giving out books hand to hand, introducing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Socially networking. Now, some of y'all out there with cameras and asking questions, that's easy. That's easy. Hey, so how you feel about white people? Okay. Oh, yeah. So that person feels like I got some commentary on that. Well, hold on. Let's go to the next person and see how they feel about white people. How do you feel about white people? Nigga, I don't care how you feel about white people. I don't care about how you feel about white people. And man, it's one path to me. Revolution and liberation. I'm not a white person. I'm not a Mexican. Man, I'm the original black race. Whatever you want to call us, man, because y'all confused, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all really confused. Y'all a lot of stuff. Y'all trendy. The original black race that brought everybody on this planet by tyrosine, oxidation, and synthesis. And you melanin brought every race on this planet, man. So that's all I want to talk about. How did that happen? How did we lose our power? You know what I'm saying? You talking to a brother that's not stuck in, I'm not stuck in media. I don't watch football. I play football. I don't watch football. You know, Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, that's the team. But what I mean, I don't watch football. Every Sunday, man, I'm not sitting in front of the TV, yo, and watch every game. You know what I do on Sunday? I go to the gym and go lift 315 pounds, 375 pounds, and I work my ass off. That's what I do. Not only do I do it on Sunday, I do it on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday after work, man, it's the gym. Dr. York said, get your mind right. All this shit that these niggas talking about, it's not helping you get your mind right. The only thing that's going to help you get your mind right is that you agree to follow something that says you are capable of getting your mind right. So tell me what information out there is more